Tonight we are going to talk about practice number 13. That's right, it's 13 practices already we've done since the beginning of the year, and this one was rejoice in the blessings of others. So what a beautiful practice. I mean, we're going to talk a little bit about jealousy, about intentions, about gratitude, and how we can really live a life of ease and grace and abundance. I think this is really, what we are all about in the Purposeful Love community. So this practice I was inspired to share this one with you because we were watching a movie, I think it was 7 Years in Tibet, if I recall.
That's correct, yes it was.
And there's a whole teaching about the way Tibetans live, some of their beliefs, and I was really touched by one, and it's not word by word, it's just really what resonated in my heart. But it really goes like this. If you can't be excited about the happiness of your friends, it really tells how empty, lonely, angry, and sad your own heart is. And yeah, I was thinking about that. I mean, how many times, we may have some good friends and they are very happy, they have blessings. And, if we can't be happy for them, we can really question what is so empty in our heart. Because we all have the same source of abundance, of love. It's that there's nothing that is from the outside. So it's really about questioning, okay, so in the inside, where is it that I am so empty? Where is it that I'm so miserable and sad and lonely? So that was really something that touched me. And then, of course, it always invites me to go deeper in my own life. And I look around and I'm questioning, where is it that I'm jealous? Where is it that I am empty? Where it's coming from? What is that feeling? And when do I feel it? Is it in the morning? And so it really invited me to live on a much deeper level of intimacy with my own heart. And of course, Doug and I spend a lot of time in nature, so that's really a beautiful time where I love to connect with my own heart, my feelings, and really grow. Okay, this is where I'm struggling. This is where it's not smooth. It's not ease. It's not grace. So what is it? So tonight we really would like to talk about, what the practice was about, and as well, maybe for you right now it did not resonate, or it's not so easy to admit it. So that's maybe the first part, and actually the practice itself was about the first step. It's acknowledging what's going on in our heart. What are we jealous about, and who are we jealous about? So that's really the practice number one. So now for those of you who did it, full embrace to it. And if you do have questions, feel free to call, join us on air, or just email us, be on Facebook, share what's going on for you. That's very important to us to know, and so that we can support you.
And I was thinking about the comment as you read that quote. It's, when this person said, if you're not happy with the blessings of someone else in your life or a friend, what are some of the things that come up in your life? And you mentioned a few things, one of them being anger, one of them being emptiness. And so it's so important to remember that, and you've probably either experienced it in your life or you've seen someone experience it towards you, where that's triggered this emotion. And it's caused by the observation that somebody has something that you would like, that you would love to have in your own life. Mm-hmm. And again, there's nothing wrong with admiring and observing what blessings others have. I mean, how many of you have had a friend, you grew up in high school and they have this beady, bespectacled glasses, and you think that kid's not going anywhere, and they grow up and they become Bill Gates. You think, okay, why was I feeling that way and jealous towards that individual? We've all had experiences where we've seen someone in life grow up and all of a sudden inherit blessings, whether it's finances or a relationship, something in their life that has caused you to observe. And so that's really where it starts. I think it's the observation. Mm-hmm. But what we're talking about is the result in our heart when we observe that. What is the result? Is it anger? Is it a feeling of emptiness? Is it a feeling of sadness? What is the emotion that goes on? So that's what we're talking about here when we talk about jealousy.
Mm-hmm. And then the second part of the practice was, I will open my heart to the possibility of having that which I'm so jealous, and having it for myself. So it could be, and I mean, of course, in the business, the love business that we're in, We see this hundreds times. It's incredible. But the jealousy between ex, like the ex is jealous of the husband moving on with a wife and building a new life, or the vice versa, the ex looking at his wife moving on with a new relationship and new life. So that dynamic in divorces is incredibly toxic, and it's really about, what if I could open my heart to the possibility that I too can have that blessing, can have that beautiful, loving, soft, harmonious, orgasmic, blissful relationship. What if? And so instead of being jealous and being mean and being critical and being judgmental and taking every single opportunity to be miserable and trying to create conflict with the ex, then the beauty of opening the heart and say, hey, I can have that too. So now it changes the whole dynamic, because earlier Doug and I were talking, it is certain that if we stay in that energy of anger and wanting to create conflicts, there's no doubt, I know for sure, God will not send a beautiful relationship for that person. It's not the field for it. It's like you want to plant carrots and you have a great field, but it's toxic. It's just a land where nothing can grow. And I truly believe that sense of jealousy and being mean and creating conflict at all times is the toxic land. So nothing will grow on it. So then we wonder why our finances are not well. We wonder why we're sick. We wonder why we're not attracting the beautiful partner in our life. So we stay miserable. We stay in that place where we just are so jealous and we cannot move. We cannot move from that stage. So all of you that are exes, this is the invitation to open your heart to, you can have it. You can have the same blessings. And that's the whole essence of the practice. It's rejoicing in the blessings of others. So if you can be so happy that your ex has moved on and has recreated a life, that is your absolute ticket to abundance and joy and peace, which really it is success in life.
And we also see the same thing, not just in relationships, but we see it in business as well, or in career. We see people who maybe get involved with a business, and when the business doesn't go the way they expected it to, or there's an offense created, maybe something happened, but we see somebody else successful, but we aren't as successful, then we become jealous and angry and critical of the other individual. And when we do that, it's interesting because the other person continues to excel and to increase in finances, but then you yourself are blocked from that. And so I want to just ask a question, what does jealousy do to us? What does jealousy do to us? And I just want to point out a couple of things. One, jealousy, I believe, stops intelligence. Some call it enlightenment, but I think it actually makes you act foolish. Jealousy has a way of clouding your ability to make wise judgments. And so the first thing I think it affects is the ability to clearly see the situation and understand what's going on. Because you've looked at it, compared yourself to it, saying, why do they have it and I don't, and I'm angry at them for having it, and so I'm going to be critical. As soon as you do that, you shut down, as Stephanie mentioned, within you, the truth and the life and the joy and the blessing that you have within you. You shut that down. And you choose instead to partake of a fruit that is rotten. And so that, the first thing that happens is it clouds our judgment. And the second thing it does is it blocks the blessing coming our way. So the very thing we desire, the very thing we want, it blocks it from coming our way. So when you talk about the second practice, I will open my heart to the possibility of having it, we really do need to acknowledge what is going on in my heart as I feel the way I'm feeling right now. And be open about it. This is how I feel. Address it, admit it, and then have a shift in your heart that says, hey, I can have the same blessing as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a great reminder. And the other part is, part number 3 here of our practice is allowing God to deliver. So, and when we get to that place where we acknowledge and we're creating the new field to welcome the seeds of something new, a new relationship, maybe a new stage of health, maybe a new career and a new energy into the finances world. But whatever it is, now we've opened to it. And when God delivers, it's about being able to say, yes, I am open. and also, of course, gratitude. Gratitude always goes with the yes.